Hello and welcome to this short introduction to the Redevelop Tech Award in Creative Media Production. My name's Scott Santos and I'm the Chief Examiner for the qualification. I'm going to briefly update you on each component that makes up the qualification and what changes have taken place to the content and the assessment from the existing Tech Award. The Redevelop Tech Award in Creative Media Production has retained the same three-component structure as the current Tech Award. Components 1 and 2 are each 36 guided learning hours and worth 30% of the qualification grade. They are assessed using the new Pearson Set Assignments, or PSAs, marked internally by you, the teacher assessor, and moderated by Pearson. Now, crucially, the PSAs are released in November of each year and assessed in May, June from 2023 onwards. So you have plenty of flexibility within your programme to prepare for, administer, and mark the assessments. The final component 3 is 48 guided learning hours, worth 40% of the qualification grade, and is externally assessed by Pearson. The component 3 assessment brief is released in January each year and assessed in May, June from 2024. It's a task-based assessment, much like the two internally assessed components, not a written examination based on media theory, making the entire qualification practical, applied, and engaging for learners. Each assessment in the qualification is marked out of 60 available marks. Component 1 is exploring media products. In this component, learners will develop their understanding of how media products create meaning for their audiences by examining existing media products and exploring media production techniques. The content remains largely the same as the current Tech Award. However, we've taken the opportunity through the redevelopment to make minor updates and expansions to clarify content and enhance the delivery of various topics. For example, we've added helpful examples to some content statements to better clarify meaning and context. We've moved and grouped together some of the content to better support the alignment between teaching and assessment, but this is all existing content and will be familiar to you if you are teaching the current Tech Awards or any creative media qualification at this level. The specification continues to offer optional indicative content relating to different areas within the creative media sector, which can be integrated into your programme flexibly. These include sectors and products relating to audio moving image, interactive media, and print. You'll notice that the term publishing has changed to print to more clearly define products relating to each area. Based on your feedback, we've also removed the requirement to select products from only one sector when responding to Learning Outcome B. This allows for a wider range of products to be considered where relevant to the learner and your programme. You can transition from your current delivery of Tech Award teaching and learning content with confidence. And if you are delivering the Tech Award for the first time, you'll find the content clear, practical, and flexible based on the areas of media that you and your learners choose to focus on. Overall, the purpose and focus of the assessment of the current Component 1 has not changed in the redeveloped qualification and is very similar to the authorised assignment briefs we offer for the current Tech Awards that many of you told us you like to use. Likewise, the focus of assessment from the current learning aims have been embedded into the new mark schemes. However, we have made some improvements and clarifications to the assessment in line with content updates and feedback from teachers of current qualification. The Pearson Set Assignment will be released each year with a new theme and a vocational context rather than specific client and audience age range. These factors are part of the assessment of Component 3. The tasks and related mark schemes remain the same each year, and only the theme and vocational context changes. While the theme must be retained, you can adapt the vocational context to make it relevant to your learners and programme, for example, by making it more relevant to your local area. The theme is broad and designed to allow learners to respond to it in any way they choose. It also allows for a more joined-up approach if learners wish to use the research done in Component 1 as a basis to generate ideas for production in Component 2. The assignment is broken into 2 tasks, which will help your learners produce relevant evidence for assessment, and we've given approximate timings for each task. Task 2, which assesses Learning Outcome B, now allows for learners to focus on products from one sector or products from different sectors in line with amendments to content. The Pearson Set assignment is released in November each year. The assessment is approximately 10 hours and can be given to learners any time after its release, providing plenty of flexibility alongside assessments for other qualifications. If you deliver the current Tech Award in creative media production, the assessment will be very much in line with what you currently administer. And if you deliver a first award or any other creative media qualification at this level, you'll find the Pearson Set assignment straightforward to administer and assess. Component 2 is developing digital media production skills. In this component, learners will develop and apply skills and techniques in media production processes by creating a media product from one of the sectors they've learnt about in Component 1, audio moving image, print, or interactive design. Within each of these areas, content relating to pre-production, production, and post-production processes and techniques is indicative rather than prescriptive, giving you flexibility to cater the program specifically to your learners. The content for Component 2 also remains largely the same as the current Tech Award. However, we've taken the opportunity through the redevelopment to make minor updates. We have now specified that each sector of content for Component 2 should be taught through one sector rather than one or more sectors. This will help ensure that learners have sufficient opportunity to gain experience with the skills relating to a sector in order to achieve and progress. Based on your feedback, we've also removed elements of the content and assessment which refer to reworking an existing media product or product. This allows learners to choose to either rework existing products or develop original products. And content section B4, which is based on the content from the current Tech Award section C1, emphasises an ongoing process of review throughout the production rather than a retrospective review after the production is complete, better reflecting practices in industry and good creative development practice. As with Component 1, you can transition from your current delivery of Component 2 content with confidence. And if you are delivering Tech Awards for the first time, you'll find the content clear, practical, and flexible based on the areas of media you and your learners choose to focus on. Similar to Component 1, the purpose and focus of the assessment of the current Component 2 assessment has not changed in the redeveloped qualification and is very similar to the authorised assignment briefs we offer for the current Tech Awards that many of you told us you like to use. However, we have streamlined the tasks in line with content updates and feedback from teachers of the current qualification, and we've opened up the vocational context. The Pearson Set assignment for Component 2 will be released each year with a new vocational context. The tasks and related mark schemes remain the same each year, and only the vocational context changes. The vocational context has been broadened into a main purpose for the work. This allows for seamless use of research and exploration from any Component 1 set assignment if learners wish to take some of the ideas they have explored forward into production. In line with the content, we've removed the instruction to reimagine or rework existing products, allowing for original or reworked outcomes. It also removes the specific target age range or audience, which again is a factor within Component 3, and assessment focuses on how pre-production, production, and post-production processes are used to create media products in response to a creative brief rather than a client or project brief. The assignment has been streamlined, moving from 3 tasks to 2. This change embeds review as an ongoing part of the production process, leading to refinement of work rather than a retrospective task following production. The Pearson Set Assignment is released in November each year. The assessment is approximately 10 hours and can be given to learners any time after its release, providing plenty of flexibility alongside assessments for other qualifications. As with Component 1, if you deliver the current Tech Award in creative media production, the assessment will be very much in line with what you already administer, and if you deliver a first award or any other creative media qualification at this level, you'll find the Pearson Set Assignment straightforward to administer and assess. The externally assessed Component 3 is called Create a Media Product in response to a brief. In this component, learners will gain valuable experience in planning work and applying production skills and techniques, drawing synoptically from the skills they've learned in Components 1 and 2 in order to produce a media product in response to a project brief. The content has not changed from the current Tech Award, with the exception of 2 small additions. We've added EGs to current content to clarify areas where content is indicative rather than mandatory. We've also added section C5 of content, which relates to the production of technical records. These records form part of the evidence for assessment, and relevant teaching content has been added to ensure that learners are prepared to produce them effectively. As with the internally assessed components, if you deliver the current Tech Award in creative media production, the first award, or any other creative media qualification at this level, you'll find the content for Component 3 familiar, and you can be confident in moving on to the redeveloped Tech Award. The external assessment for Component 3 is a practical response to a project brief. The brief for Component 3 defines a client, vocational context, and target audience to address through the media product. Like the content for this externally assessed component, the focus of activities and mark schemes has remained the same as the current Tech Award, but we've made some small changes. The assessment is made up of 2 activities which are carried out over 10 hours, although learners will also need to carry out research prior to undertaking Activity 1, and there is a preparatory period between the 2 activities for learners to create and prepare content for their media product. The set task is released in January, and work must be submitted in May, so there's plenty of flexibility for you to administer the assessment across several weeks. In the current assessment, Activity 1 is given 2 hours and Activity 2 given 3 hours. To clarify that the 5 hours is shared between these activities and aid in flexibility for how the time is used across them, the 2 activities are now parts A and B of Activity 1. The current Activity 3 has now become Activity 2 and includes the production of a technical and review record to ensure the use of software and technology and ongoing review has been captured for assessment. An additional hour for the activity has been added for this element. If you deliver the current Tech Award in creative media production, there is minimal change. And if you deliver a first award or any other creative media qualification at this level, you'll find externally assessed briefs straightforward to prepare for and administer. We encourage you to look through the draft specification, Pearson set assignments and SAMs, which are available on the Pearson website. And if you have further questions or are preparing to deliver and need further support, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. You can contact our excellent subject advisor, Susan Young, by emailing teachingmedia@pearson.com. You can also attend one of our upcoming Getting Started events early next year, where we'll be covering the qualification and assessments in more depth and answering further questions. You can book by visiting the Training from Pearson page on the Pearson website. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in one of our upcoming live events.